gotta get this membrane off. So come on. Okay, see it starting. Let's get your paper towel. Get it. It's supposed to come up in one piece. Of course, it ain't gonna come up one piece. But some people leave it on. I'm gonna take it off. It's a lot softer. Let me show you something. See how it is right here? Where it's sealed up right here. See how the membrane is right here? When this right here gets dried out, it's gonna. So you gotta make sure you use it all out. It's usually a lot easier than this. There you go. See how that membrane is? So that's one. Set that to the side. Oh. You lay over. Let's see. That's how it's supposed to go. See, look how it's fat. Like that. Like a chunk. And all this fat right here. I always get rid of stuff that I wouldn't want to eat. And it goes through my fish, my beef. You know, if I don't want to take a bite out of it after it's cooked, I always take it off. So, the beginner people out there that might watch this, may not watch this, you know, I'm just doing that for general information. This is the way I like doing my stuff, and I've done my stuff. So, just keep in mind, if it's a piece of fat that you wouldn't want to eat, look at this thing's always been taken care of. Oh, that's the first. I don't see it on there. If it's on there, I don't even see it. Don't know like that one's on there. Okay. Okay. A lot of people, they do cut this flank off right here. You know, this right here, and then make it square rib out of it. But, you know, it's to whatever you're liking. Me, myself, I cook mine slow enough. I barely ready to get my ribs over 225. But like I said, me, I know fat and the meat, well blended part is real good. But when it becomes more fat than meat, and whenever I think all that's gonna render down fine. That's a chunk right there. What's up here? See how this is? See how marble roll? Let me turn these around, same side. Cause this is the back, this is the stomach. The stomach gets more fatty. See how this right here is more meaty? Over here, it's more fat. Fat towards the bottom. Where the thing is, I'll get more lean at the top. As long as it's not too fatty, I mean. And these are St. Louis style. Right here. They look pretty good. Now I'm gonna have a freaking mess. And I'll try to go season mine. Leave that open. But anyways, it's part of the process. So we're gonna pause right now. Get things prepped a little better. Change my gloves out and start seasoning. And I'm gonna go through some other stuff. See you in a minute. Kind of got things set up. Got towels because it's gonna be making a mess. I'm gonna season one at a time. Let's start with the big one. I'm gonna make these two different ways. There's a lot of millions of ways. Seasoning, when to season, how much season, when to get out, how far in advance, room temperature or out of the refrigerator. And it's all the same. Main part is getting the grill, putting the smoke on, foil, get the temperature right, unfoil them, either base them or dry them out. That's pretty much all that is in the ribs. So anyways, but one thing that I found out in my time of doing this is, a lot of people make a mistake, seasoning this side, go down, and the board or whatever you put on is kind of moist. What's going to happen to your dry rub? It's going to stick. So do the bottom, get as much as you can on it, and then flip it over so nice and pretty. Set it to the side. I refrigerate mine again to let it refrigerate and start breaking down for about 35 minutes, enough to go outside, turn on your smoker, or get your fire started, up to temperature. Then, as soon as you do that, you come back in, throw them back in, and off you go. Start setting your times, watch your temperatures. But anyways, I'm going to fix these two different ways. I really like this Weber. It's got a good flavor on it. That's pretty good. But I'm going to use, I'm going to show you how I'm doing my cook. I'm going to prep these with the rubs the same way. I'm going to finish up with sugar, honey, and butter, and a little heat. So it's going to be real crisp, glazy heat with the honey. But I've done those twice, and every time I've done those, people were like, "Oh my God," And you can get these where it's clean bone, or fall off the bone. Falling off the bone, all you gotta do is keep them in for another maybe half hour. I wouldn't go too more than that, because then there's no body to it. It's almost like a pulled pork after that. So I like mine a little body, so you can cut the rib and actually give people a chew. But even though I love it when people have a chew, clean bone, no matter if it's my chicken, beef, whatever I'm cooking, I always like a clean, dry, brown bone. So anyways, that's what I'll go for. That's my thing. I can have it where, you go like this, get that bone, pop it all the way off, and just leave that. But that's not what I'm going for. I'm not going for them to fall off the bone because I want bone in, because everybody has a little hinto. Anyways, so, okay, cool. I need to do me a favor.
Go.
Okay, we're back. Like I said, do the backside. Actually, this is not just Jack Daniels. I've got a special blend that's inside here mixed with this. I made a joke. It slapped your mama. So anyways, and it's been around my house for I don't know, a few years. Anyways, it's just a blend of hot and sweet. You can get, as long as you get hot and sweet, sweeter, the more sugar content, more of a glaze, more of a bark, you know, and more flavorful. But y'all depends if you like yours hot, sweet, or just smoky. My beef, I just like salt and pepper and smoke. Plain and simple, Texas style. Okay, now here we go. I don't like going too heavy on the backside. Because, you know, I like more heavy on the top. Like I said, I'm just doing this one this way. I like going heavy on the meat though. And if they need to come out where a TV actually has smell, because I love the way this thing smells. Can you see? See, a lot of people put it on real heavy at one time. I don't. I kind of do it in layers. So you know where you need to go and make it more heavier. Now I do my padding so it'll seat in, I guess seat in real well. I guess that's what I call it. And this is gonna be a rather longer video than my normal, because I'm not just doing one rib, I'm doing three. So my three, and the way I do them. And you know, the most part about I believe in smoking and cooking outside. It's all about time with the family. You know what I mean? I love my time with my family. Now, see, this is going to be, it's already, you can already tell, it's soaking up in areas, right? Okay. Whenever that thing sits in the refrigerator, you can really see it set. And that's what you want. And actually, also, whenever we're cooking, and my son always has apple juice in the house, spritz with apple juice. You know what I mean? If you're gonna smoke and spritz with apple juice and do an apple sauce mop, you know what I mean? I really like doing on pork shoulder, pork butt, even ham. And do a honey glaze after that. Glaze, you know, mop it with the honey on top of it. That really turns out real well. But anyways, that's another segment. Anyways, okay, I'm gonna take these off. I need another glove. Well, I'm gonna hang out this, and this, like I said, I like the rubber smoking rub. It's pretty good. I went ahead and did the back side. I'm doing the front side because these are gonna be. I'm thinking I'm gonna go ahead and do these dry. My wife likes dry. I thought about doing these in a mop and a glaze because I'm going to show you how well, I was thinking about showing you, but 3 different ways to finish these ribs where see how that's sweating out. That's going to be beautiful. That's going to be so beautiful. It just layer them on. Just layer the rub on, let it set. Then after that, go to smoker. That's simple. Some people use a mushroom base and everything like that. If you sit there and let it set, you know, so cool. But if something starts sweating out too much, like a piece of chicken, you're gonna want a binder. You know what I mean? Depends how much of a crust you actually want to be. I don't like a heavy crust on ribs. I like flavor. You know what I mean? But then again, I'm not the type of guy who's gonna be a heavy crust on even my brisket. I like flavor. I like the taste of beef. But anyway, this is a. You can see the brown sugar in this. It's it's gonna really sit well. Like I said, do your layers, you know, so you know where to go instead of just hitting it across and putting it up. Cause see, it's not bad to layer one up. And don't forget the mouse, the mouth, the mouth, the mouth, the mouth. Ends, ends, the ends, the ends, the ends, the ends. Okay, I like it. Okay. So now that's gonna deliver a good crust and a big mess. So anyways, I'm gonna put these back over there. I've been having these tongs for years and years. Cooked a lot of food with these tongs. Matter of fact, I don't even think they use these tongs anymore. If you sit there and you see some seasoning fall off, always what I like to do, get a little low. Okay, now those, I'm gonna go ahead and put those in the refrigerator. So I got another refrigerator over there, and now I'll see you outside starting the grill. Okay, we're outside, finna fire up the grill. This is a Traeger Pro. I've already got the hopper filled up with my pellets. Today we're gonna go ahead and use the signature blend. Okay. I thought about using the hickory or apple, but this time I'm gonna go ahead and just do the signature blend. It's supposed to be their competition blend. Anyways, what you go ahead and do is turn on smoke. Okay. And this specific model has 2 probes that run through here that I'm gonna run on my 2 biggest pieces of meats. Maybe the small one and the big one, because they're just about the same size anyways. I'm going to run through here whenever I get ready to put them on. So right now, it's on. So whenever it hits to 225 degrees, which I'm going to go ahead and cook them at 225 for about maybe 5-6 hours, you know what I mean, total time, then take them off. But anyways, the thing is 2.5, in 2 hours. So basically around about 7 hours total cook time. You know, when you pull them off, let them rest, you know, and then you should be okay. Anyways, right now it should come up smoke. So as soon as it starts smoking, I hear them dropping right now, the pellet dropping. So we should have smoke here in a little bit. So I'll check back with you when we turn them on. Okay, we got out there, grab my probes, ran. Put the rib back on, put the ribs on. My temperature, I'm going to keep it anywhere today, depends on the way the cook's going. From 180 to 225, read your meat, you know. In this case, I can read my meat by pushing the buttons instead of just opening it and holding it and messing with the temperature. But I've got some spritz, okay? One key thing, do not let your ribs dry out. You can use anything you want to use, apple cider, just apple juice, to vinegar, to Worcestershire, to anything that you want to do depending on what you're cooking. Anyways, today we're using apple juice, just straight up apple juice, and it does real good. Okay, now this is what the ribs look like. So how they're nice and sweaty, you know what I mean, everything's adhered. Okay, whenever they start hearing like this, the smoke is just going to seal it. It's going to try to draw it out from the outside in. So whenever you do that, it turns out real well. So I got to make sure which one's which. So anyways, fix them, put them on. Okay?
Okay, we're gonna let things sit for about maybe 2.5 hours cook time, but I'm gonna check them every like 30-35 minutes. Make sure that I'm not drying out. So check you back in about 30 just to see how they're setting. After that, Barnett's Barbecue for about 35 minutes. Anyways, come out there and double checking my temperature. So we're cooking temperature settings 180. Right to 183. Like I said, these are right here. St. Louis style, you know, they're a little thin. So I don't want to rush them too much. I know there's a lot of videos out there you can do 2 to 3 hours. That's not me. I like mine slow, you know, real tender. Anyways, what we're gonna do, like every 30 minutes, this is just an apple juice. I'm gonna open them. Now I'm just gonna spritz them. See how they are. See how they are? They're still wet. See how wet and see how they're glazy wet. See how they're glazy wet? That's what I like. I like to keep mine wet. The wetter it is, the longer you're smoking, the softer they are. And the trick is, you know what I mean, is to mist it. You want to mist. You don't want this heavy spray, just mist. Mist them on. Mist them on. Mist it on. Just keep it wet. Just think of it as a suntan versus the sun. Suntan lotion versus sun. You want to keep that little layer on. Okay, keeping that little layer on. Keeping a good smoke. Decent temperatures. Good smoke. You're gonna get a nice, juicy, flavorful rib, no matter what spices you use. As long as you keep the temperature, good smoke, wrap it, bring up the temperature, take it out, either dry it, glaze it, or just cut it up and eat it. Barnett's Barbecue. Okay, basically halfway through the first stage. I've been in for a little bit more than an hour. Go check my temperature. This is what I check. This is, I got 2 probes. This is how I check probe 1. It is 140, which is real good because it's real slow. And the other one, probe 2, is, which is the thicker part, the thicker one is at 117. So it's pretty good. They're doing real good. They need to go up to about 165. So now we're gonna open up and spritz them some more. Come up there and get a close look. See how they're starting to get dried out? That's what I'm talking about. See how they're getting kind of dry? See how they're kind of dry? I don't like them dry. So it's a good time to put a little spritz. And see, now the seasoning is set. And I want y'all to keep this in mind and think about this, because this is my theory and this is what I've known to do. Is when something's dry, okay, your smoke is not going to penetrate that piece of meat. It's not going to penetrate. So whenever it is nice and glazy, like I said, see, like lotion, like keep it this way all the time. See how that is? That looks like a piece of bacon. I swear. Anyways, if y'all can sit there and keep your ribs that glazy, that wet, that moist, okay? And keep your temperature at a constant, okay? With constant smoke. And this thing's been smoking. That's one thing. Constant smoke. Constant maintain your heat. Maintain your moisture. You're gonna, no matter what meat you're cooking, you're gonna have a penetrating smoke ring. And I mean, a lot of my friends smoke. A lot of them have Traegers. Some have burl smokers. Some have potbelly smokers. And all of them have a pretty good bark. I gotta mean, and they all taste good and they all fall off the bone. Okay. But their smoke ring is at a minimum. And watch, I'm gonna cut into these and I'm gonna show you the smoke ring. The smoke ring is gonna be deeper than I've ever seen. In that cup, you gotta keep them moist. Gotta keep them moist. That's the key. Be back. about an hour. Check it out again. Barnett's Barbecue. We're going to be on the last stretch of the first, I guess, cook before we do a wrap. We're going to pull off and do the wrap for 2 hours. Anyways, I have, come on in, they're up to about 120, one's 120, one's 140. Still cooking at a low, well, it's supposed to be low, I got to 196, but the temperature is set on 180. It was smoking like a freight train on 180 just a second ago. But what I did is like my blend of sugar and everything like that, it is a liquefied now. See? Okay, now what I'm gonna do, this I'm leaving alone, but the one that's dry, I'm gonna go ahead and spritz. So this is what I do. Keep it wet, okay? When it's wet, okay, after it's wet, this is gonna stick like a piece of gum to a shoe. That right there, I don't need to do anything. It's because I'm doing a different finish with it. But this right here, little heat. Not too much, because I want to taste the pork. Here's something. This is going to get put on this. That over there is going to get put on that. So you're going to have 3 different style of ribs. Look at that. Look at that golden mahogany. And she smells terrific. Terrific. Cool. Okay, be back in a little bit. Barnett's Barbecue. They're about 145, 147, 150. What I'm gonna try to do is that one rib. I'm gonna go ahead and get my foil ready so I can just put it on there and wrap it, set it to the side, and so on and so on. I'm gonna put all 3 ribs on the board. Come over here, but I'm gonna do. Always get you a secondary temperature setting so you can verify what temperature you are at. This is my lineup. This is what I put on top. This is my rub. This is my blend. My sauce is a blend of different things. My glaze. So, but you can use any type. You can use just any type of glazed barbecue sauce you want. It's all finished, so you can tailor whatever you want. So, anyways, here we go. And what I like to do is make it like a little bed. Of course, all this is going to break down. Okay. This is to go on whatever you like. I basically used maybe a quarter cup, I guess, measurement. But who doesn't like brown sugar and butter? Oh my gosh. And here we go. That? Okay. Here we go. Stay right there. I'm coming over here. Put the face down. Okay. smell this. Now when you go back in, you want to go bottom up, bottom down. And these are basically just put them in and wrap them. But I basically always put them in down. The reason you put them face down is all the juices that's still, it's gonna render all the fatty that's gonna render down. It's gonna sit in top of that meat. See, nice, pre-packaged, just like for Christmas. Now, all these ears are nice tight. Okay, what I'm gonna do, this is my glaze brick, that's broke down. See, I'm gonna put that in the glaze. This is gonna get done. Now we're gonna go up to 225. See 225? And now, it's gonna go on this right here for another 2 to 3 hours. It depends on my temperature, on the way they're progressing. But looking promising. They're gonna, you want to get them where the bone is starting to protrude a little bit, recess about a quarter of an inch back from the bone. So that's what we're going for. In about maybe an hour. We'll check on. So Barney's barbecue. Okay, right now we're almost an hour and a half done. The temperature is exactly where I want it to be, about 160, which is considered done. But what I'm going to do is I'll put the meat side down, bone on the bottom like this. What I'm going to do now is flip it back over. Okay? But if you have something basting ribs like I've got over there, remain those down. Remain them down. So those are going to cook the rest of the hour, hour and a half. Upside right like this. But these other ones, one's gonna be just dry. The other one I'm gonna glaze. I'm gonna turn upside right for another, just for an hour, hour and a half. Okay. Cool. These things are so wiggly. Tight. Look at that. We'll watch. That run out of there. Again, this is my glaze. It's gelling up, the crystallizing like I want. See how it went down to like water? It's getting a little body to that. See it? All that. So when I glaze it on there, it's gonna be just perfect. So another hour and a half. I'm gonna unwrap maybe this right here. Then I'm gonna glaze it. Then let them finish it out for another hour. So basically 2 hours away from now. Okay, see you in the back about an hour, hour and a half. Barnett's barbecue. Right now, fix to unwrap them. So I'm gonna take them off and wrap them. I'm gonna probe them, see what my temperatures are. Then probably put them on and put my layer glaze on for the last hour. Okay? Can you smell these, Mike?
Delicious.
Look at that. Just glaze it. See how this right here is going to be kind of thick? It is kind of thick and you just want to let it gel up. So now you get like syrup. Let that set go for another hour. That's glaze. That's dry. That's, I guess, a base. So all three of those at one time. Okay, Barnett's barbecue. I've got 22 minutes on the sausage. I threw some sausage on. I've got 22 minutes on the sausage. But everything's like ready. Let's see how it turns out. So, cut the tips off. Look at that smoke ring. See all that? These things about to break. This is my glaze. Look at the glaze. I'm squeezing it. Look. See that? Go ahead. Let these things sit for about 45 minutes or so. Let them get where I need them to be. I'm gonna kick up my grill to about 450 degrees so I can finish out these weenies. We got them all go. Oh my God! Look at that! See how soft that is? I'm gonna cover that up. Okay, let's rest these things and see how they are in about 45 minutes. Look at all that juice. And look, this is, we tore this off. Clean bone. This is the end cartilage. But anyways, tastes good, smells good. Barnett's barbecue. See you in about 45. These have been resting for about 45 minutes. So hopefully they'll be alright. We did the test one to the dry rub ones. They're pretty good. So it's real soft, got good smoke ring. We're gonna just pull them out and see how they are. I mean, they're still warm and hot to touch. Okay. Oh my gosh, this is so hot. Let's start with these first. See the smoke ring? The smoke ring. Flip them over. Oh, no little trick. Look at that. Let me show her. Look at the smoke ring. It's almost halfway through. See how pink it is right there? And it is so soft. Okay. Let's get these back in here. That's one rib. Let's get these other ones. Start with the tip. Look at that. Look at that. Look at the smoke ring. See that? I mean, this knife is like going through butter. Yeah. And I can't wait to get into some of this. Smoke ring all the way to the end. Yeah. So that is very, very. And this is one that has the glaze on it. And I just can't wait to try this with a glaze. So my glaze, as you can see, look at this right here. You see the cutting board? Cutting board. The cutting board. You see how low? It is not coming off. My glaze is staying on the ribs. See? The glaze stays on the ribs. See how the glaze? See how the glaze right here? See it? It's not coming off. That's how you know you got a good glaze. That's just caramelized on the ribs. Whenever you got a good glaze. Let me try that. Now, for finale, these right here, my base ribs. Look at that. This is what you want. This is ideal, guys. You see the 1/4-inch bone sticking out of that? And I guarantee still juices in there. This right here. Look. See all that? You see how that fall off the bone? Right there, guys. Look at that. And it's hot. I cannot touch it. But I cannot grab it. But you see how that just tears it apart? You see how soft that is? And this is what you call base. And oh my God, the flavor. Oh my God. I can't lick it. Anyways, guys, this is my first time getting into base. Smoke rings in there good. Oh my goodness. Can y'all see that smoke ring real good? Then it's kind of diluted, but this is what you want. These are wet ribs. No, this thing is full of juices. Look at that. They just you don't even need a knife for these. Look at that. Look how the name is protruded. Look at that. See how there the meat just falls off the bone. This is something else. Really, really like it. Really looking forward to these. For them to sit there in this juices for over 2.5 hours, guys. 2.5 hours. And they're phenomenal. Coming out picture perfect. I'm making a mess. But anyways, look at that. Look at that smoke ring still. And these things are so soft. Look at that. So soft. Anyways, I can't wait anymore. I'm gonna have to pick one of these things up. Barnett's Barbecue, buddy. Got ribs 3 different ways. Can't go wrong. Go ahead and get your dry rub. Get a dry rub, whatever you flavor. Hot, sweet, it doesn't matter. Rub it down. Get you a good temperature, good smoke going on. 2 hours on. 2 hours wrap. Wrap them for 2 hours. Get your constant heat, constant smoke. After that, then you can just finish them out with a glaze. Put them in some maple syrup. You know what I mean? Even put some brown sugar on them. Wrap them up for a couple hours. Keep them at them. Check your internal temperature and never ever let them dry out. That's the key. Don't let them dry out. You'll have a perfect rib every time. Enjoy it. Barnett's Barbecue. See y'all later.